Hello and welcome back to Local to Global 2004 with Emerald Pro Wrestling. This is episode number 11. I am Charlie. Hello. We're back. Last episode we had the Emerald Invitational, which Matt Striker won. We then had Amazing Kong becoming the new Emerald Women's Champion, dethroning Sarah Del Rey, who'd held the championship for 735 days. Wild. We also had Sean Davari defeating Matt Striker to retain the Emerald Championship in the main event. And we grew by just one size point in the Northwest to 24. So, as you can see here, the economy in the US is currently weak, and it's likely to have an impact on our ability to grow. So, that's why that's happening. Hopefully, it'll just pick up. I've tried to click on this to see if I can see it. I can't. But hey, what can you do? Today, we're going to go through Lightning, Fallout, Lightning, and Fright Night. So let's just get straight into the first episode of EMPW Lightning. We're not going to give anyone the night off. We've got 224 fans expecting. The wrestling industry is strong and rising. The economy is weak, but it is rising. Okay, so hopefully soon the economy will get back to whatever is normal or average or whatever it says. I'm not really sure. And then hopefully we'll be able to grow a little bit better. We're going to go back to Soda Springs High in Idaho. Lovely. We have got 143 points. We're going to get 2 creative finishes. That one's a safe bet. And this one is also a safe bet. And let's get a character idea, which is a bit of a gamble for Claudio. Maybe we'll use it. We'll see. Claudio and Steve Bradley have had a heated argument. Mikey Okay. So this is the juice is on the loose right now. So if you remember last episode, Natty Neidhart and TJ Wilson got divorced. And now Natty Neidhart has started dating Mikey Henderson. Absolutely crazy. Chris Chetty made a pancake station. Greg Valentine ran pre-show training drills for 8 women and 8 men. Lovely stuff. We are going to... Can we medal between Natty and TJ Wilson? It's unlikely to do much, but let's put a positive medal in anyway and hope. So, I am going to book the show, and I will be back in just a second with, we just got those 2 creative finishes on that one. Cool. And I'll be back in just a sec with the card. See you in a second. And we're back with Lightning. We got 2 pre-show matches. Scott Lost taking on Matt Striker, and then Claudio and Tony Jones taking on B-Boy and Mikey Henderson. We then have an opening match of Chris Hero taking on Eddie Colon, then a Sean Davari promo, followed by some locker room scenes before Etsuko Mita takes on Lufisto, and the main event is TJ Wilson versus Adam Pearce with some more post-match scenes. So let's jump into it. It is Scott Lost who picks up the win with a super kick in just under 10 minutes, getting a 51. It's got a 47 rating overall, which is not too shabby. We're in front of 184 people. Have I not put any major stars on the show again? God damn it. And in another pre-show bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is Claudio and Tony Jones who pick up the win when Claudio pinned Mikey Henderson with a Gotch neutralizer. Tony Jones got a 60, Claudio Castagnoli got a 46, Mikey Henderson a 37, and B-Boy a 64. I feel bad. I don't really have much going on for B-Boy and Tony Jones right now. And they are 2 of our best wrestlers, so I should find them something to do. But I don't really have any ideas, so who knows. We are then going into a lovely opening match that got the show off to a strong start. Chris Hero picks up the win against Eddie Colon with a Hero's Welcome. Chris Hero getting a 42 and Eddie Colon gets a 33. That gets a 41 overall. We then head to Sean Davari. Lovely stuff. Sean Davari and Brody Lee are backstage where Sean details how he dismantled Matt Striker in Montana, and he says that he will make Del Rey's title reign look minuscule compared to his. This gets a 58. Lovely little promo there. Sean Devari did a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. We then head into I should have scripted this one. I'm a goose. We then head backstage where we see some footage from Mayhem in Montana where April Hunter and Natty Neidhart are consoling Sarah Del Rey after her title loss. The three women all look to the door to see Candice LeRae walk in. The three women go silent and watch as LeRae grabs her things and leaves wordless. Natty turns to Del Rey and says, "Don't worry, it's okay. She'll come around." It's got a 35. Probably would have been better if I scripted it, but Sarah Del Rey improvised well, so maybe not. Who knows? We then head into Etsuko Mita picking up the win against Lufisto with a Death Valley bomb. It was mayhem. It was chaotic. It got the crowd buzzing. Mita got a 36 and Lufisto got a 30. Got a 34 segment rating, which is not too shabby. Before heading into the main event, TJ Wilson picks up the win over Adam Pearce with a rolling stampede. The match was designed so that the wrestlers could go out and try and steal the show, and they did in fact do that with a 53 rating. TJ Wilson getting a 52 in-ring performance and Adam Pearce getting a 41. Then, after the match, TJ Wilson is celebrating his win when Nigel McGuinness storms the ring and attacks Wilson. He grabs a table from under the ring and throws Wilson through it before locking him in to a London dungeon until Wilson passes out. Segment rating was a 30, which is pretty good. Number one contender storyline has advanced but lost heat. So again, not our best show. 51, which is not too bad. The fans were disappointed that of the storylines further during the show, none really had any dramatic stakes. That feels kind of like a dramatic stake, but you know what? Fine. Whatever. 51 rated show. Let's give TJ Wilson some love, and let's give Chris Hero some love as well. Why not? They both did well. TJ was pleased. Chris Hero seemed pleased. We lost about $800 on the show. Didn't go up in popularity, but I'm coming to expect that now. Yeah, I need to do something with B-Boy. I think I just need to really make the shows longer. Is it lack of big names? Yeah. So what if, and this might be crazy, but what if we modified this to be a lesser? We'd make less money, but I don't think we'd have to have like big stars on there. Or maybe I just use big stars more. But they're not going to be big stars unless I make them big stars by using them on the shows. It's difficult. We just got to... So who are our perception? Who are our major stars right now? Sean Devari and Tony Jones. Okay. So Devari was... I guess he was doing a promo. And Tony Jones just wasn't there. And what about our stars? B-Boy, Claudio, and Sarah. Again, Sarah was in a promo. Claudio and B-Boy were on the pre-show. Okay, I understand. I'm getting it. I will make sure that I have the, people wrestling. I'll make sure I put our best wrestlers on the show. God, it's so hard. So annoying when the game makes me put our best wrestlers on the show. Alright, I'm going to skip forward now to Fallout. And I will be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. It is the 17th of September 2006. We are here for Fallout. And yeah, let's just jump into the episode. Why the heck not? Let's go crazy. Right, I am going to start giving some people the night off because we are just having loads and loads of people who aren't being used. So let's give Adam Pearce the night off. Amazing Kong is going to be here. April Hunter I want here. B-Boy can be here. Yeah, B-Boy can be here. Beth Phoenix can have the night off. Brody Lee will be here. Candice LeRae. This is probably boring. I'm just going to do this and then cut around it because this is I'm realizing this is really boring to watch. So I'll be back in 1 sec. And I'm back. That was just not going to be fun viewing. So we're expecting 227 fans tonight. We're still at a weak economy, so hopefully that changes soon. We have got only 60 creative energy. Oh, probably because we've got no one here. Sean Davari likely to succeed. You love to see it. Locker room instance. B-Boy and Claudio got into a heated argument. Greg Valentine ran safety and basics for 4 women and 3 men. And let's do some team bonding. Nothing came of it. That's fine. Last year we got a 54, and the year before we got a 42. So let's try and beat that. I'm going to book the show. You can see the absent workers here if you want to pause it and see who we've given the night off to. I'll be back in a second. And we're back with Fallout. Just the one pre-show match, a fatal 4-way between B-Boy, Nigel McGuinness, Claudio Castagnoli, and local worker Kyle O'Reilly. We then have the opening segment where the Joshi Warriors announce a new member, followed by that new member, it's not Amazing Kong, I just didn't rename it, taking on Candice LeRae, followed by some post-match scenes. We then have Scott Lost taking on TJ Wilson with a post-match call-out, and our main event is Sean Davari versus Chris Hero, non-title match. So let's just jump into it. And in a pre-show match, our fatal 4-way, it is Claudio Castagnoli who picks up the win in just under 12 minutes after pinning Kyle O'Reilly. B-Boy was by far the best wrestler, 68. Kyle O'Reilly 18, Nigel McGuinness 52, and Claudio 48. Segment rating got a 53 overall, which is pretty good for a pre-show. Now, let's move into our opening segment, which is Hiroko Suzuki is surrounded in the ring by the Joshi Warriors. She says that tonight, after claiming the championship, they are celebrating by introducing everyone to their newest member, Takoko Inoue. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I looked it up and then immediately forgot. Inoue. Let's go Inoue. And she will be in action up next. It's got a 34 rating. Takako debuted our old school heel gimmick and it got an initial rating of adequate, which isn't too bad. And then she picks up the win against Candice LeRae in a bout that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Takako defeated Candice LeRae in 14 minutes 16 by pinfall with a handful of tights after distraction from the Joshi Warriors surrounding the ring. The match was designed to be chaotic and full of action in order to get the crowd going. Inoue got 24, but she is rusty, so hopefully that will go up. Her stats look really good, so I'm hoping with a bit of popularity and a bit of getting rid of the ring rust, she will be like 40s at least. Candice LeRae got 30. The creative finish was a success, and the chaos of the match helped hide how badly they were both performing. It's got a 30 overall, which isn't great, but it's, we were trying something new with a debut. We then move into the post-match scenes where the Joshi Warriors swarm Candice LeRae after the match and start to beat her down when Natty Neidhart, April Hunter, and Sarah Del Rey run down to even the playing field. The 8 women brawl through the crowd and backstage, unable to be teared apart. Will this be what Candice LeRae needs in order to join the core of the EMPW women's locker room? It's got a 35 rating, which is pretty good. Gami and Hiroko Suzuki are a good pairing, which you love to see. The angle got the crowd hotter, which then leads us into our next match where Scott Lost takes on TJ Wilson, and it is TJ Wilson who picks up the win with a sharp shooter. Scott Lost got a 54, TJ Wilson a 51. Creative finish was a success again, which gives us a segment rating of 56, which is really nice. TJ Wilson picking up a nice couple wins in a row since joining EMPW. His ratings are really good, and I like TJ Wilson. He seems like a good guy, I guess. I don't know. Okay. TJ Wilson then grabs a mic and calls out Nigel McGuinness for Fright Night in a Fright Night street fight. This was awful. I should have scripted it. I didn't, I always try and not script, but then you have this, just tanking the rating of 15. Number 1 contender storyline lost heat. TJ Wilson was terrible with no script to follow. We love that. Love to see that. But now it is time for our main event, Shawn Daivari taking on Chris Hero. And it is, of course, Shawn Daivari who picks up the win with a flying leg drop. Shawn Daivari got a 57 rating, Chris Hero a 40. Creative finish was a success, and the segment rating was a 59, which was really good. We are going to finish the show. 48. Oh, man. TJ Wilson was slightly overused. Inoue was used way too much. The fans were disappointed that of the storylines, none of them had any dramatic stakes. I need to update the women's storyline to just add everyone in, because I think at the moment I've still only got Sarah Del Rey and the Joshi Warriors. Not the best show. I'm not on it this episode, am I? Let's give Shawn Daivari and TJ Wilson some love. Shawn Daivari was pleased. TJ Wilson was happy, which you love to see. Only lost 313 on the night. Popularity still didn't go up. Man, the economy is killing us right now. Only I think it was 206 fans in attendance as well, which isn't that much. How are we looking financially? We're down 209, but we're still, if we get higher than last month, we'd still be 1,000 up. So, but I don't know. Our estimates are 3,712, but we are not getting really anywhere near that. We really need the economy to sort itself out, but it is not. Anyway, I am going to sim on to the next show. We'll be back for Lightning in just 2 weeks' time, and yeah, we've gone up from 31st to 30th as well. I just noticed, so that's exciting. Yeah, I'll be back in just 1 second. And we're back for Lightning. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, we are. Last month, we made just under $1,000 profit. So, again, just 51 more months like that, and we're golden. I really hope the economy changes soon. It is still like that now, but hey, that's fine. Let's just jump into the show. I'm excited for this one, actually. I think this is going to be a good show. We're not going to give anyone the night off tonight. We will go to Soda Springs High School. 229 fans expected. Let's see how many we actually get. We've got 124 creative energy to use. Bit of a gamble. Why not? Let's do it. Likely to succeed where Tony Jones is the victor. Okay. That could work. Kirby Mack wants to be used. Oh, I meant to say we didn't have space, but oh well. Greg Valentine ran training for 8 women and 8 men. Gammy and Amazing Kong had a heated argument. Ooh, maybe dissension in the ranks. And Amazing Kong and Shawn Daivari have been getting on very well recently. We're going to do some team bonding. Nothing noteworthy came of it, but that's fine. So we are going to put some bloody stars on this show. This is going to be a star-packed show. So yeah, I'm going to book this up. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good one. And I will be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. I promised stars. We are doing stars. So we've got one pre-show match. Lufisto, Serena Deeb, and Natty Neidhart taking on the Joshi Warriors of Amazing Kong, Gammy, and Takako Inoue. Then we have Greg Valentine announcing the Lightning Championship, followed by an opening match of Shawn Daivari versus Kryptonite. We then have a tag team matchup of TJ Wilson and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Nigel McGuinness and Matt Striker. So that is the TJ Wilson and Nigel McGuinness who are going to be fighting at Fright Night, and Claudio Castagnoli and Matt Striker, which was the final of the Emerald Invitational. We then have a women's tag team match, April Hunter and Sarah Del Rey taking on Beth Phoenix and cheerleader Melissa, before Tony Jones takes on B-Boy in the main event. Just checking, we have used, yep, that is absolutely fine. So, let's just jump straight into it. Actually, a very nice opening match. You love to see it. It is the Joshi Warriors who pick up the win against the babyface team when Amazing Kong pins Serena Deeb. Natty Neidhart gets a 40, Serena Deeb a 22, Lufisto a 28, Takako Inoue 26, Gami 47, and Amazing Kong 47, and the women's title storyline advanced with this segment. Lufisto was really off her game, but still got a 28. Gami and Hiroko Suzuki are a good pairing, who is the manager. And Inoue was rusty, which we knew, which is why I put this on the pre-show. But she's getting better at her gimmick, so that's good to see. She also got a 26 this time. I think it was a 20... Maybe it was about the same last time. I can't really remember, to be honest. But we are in front of 229 people, actually. So we're getting like a decent... This is a decent number of attendance. We then head into the opening announcement where Greg Valentine comes to the ring and announces a brand new title in EMPW, the Lightning Championship. This title will be defended on every Lightning show, and the inaugural champion will be decided tonight when former Emerald champions B-Boy and Tony Jones fight in the main event. So we've got the two former world champions fighting to become the inaugural Lightning champion, and then that championship will be defended on every episode of Lightning going forward. So when we get a TV show, Lightning will become the TV show, and then this will basically be our TV title. But I just thought, why not get it going now? You know, why wait till we've got a TV show? Let's just do it now. Greg Valentine didn't do well without a script, which is unfortunate, but we've got 32 overall, which isn't too bad. We then head into the opening match, where in just over 8 minutes, Sean Davari dispatches Kryptonite fairly easily, getting a 51 rating overall. Kryptonite seemed off his game, got a 29, and Sean Davari had a 59 rating, which is very good. And this match got the crowd hotter. We then head into the tag team match of TJ Wilson and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Nigel McGuinness and Matt Striker. And it was TJ Wilson and Claudio Castagnoli who pick up the win after Claudio pinned Matt Striker with a Gotch neutralizer, getting revenge for the Emerald World Champion, the Emerald Invitational final. This got a 52 rating, which is really good. Claudio got a 46, TJ Wilson a 53, Matt Striker a 39, and Nigel McGuinness a 50. The Daivari is Undeniable storyline advanced, the number one contender storyline advanced and gained heat. And both teams showed excellent chemistry when teaming together, which is lovely. I thought TJ and Claudio might, because they were they just called like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro? Did they? I don't know if they actually had a tag team name in WWE, but I didn't know Nigel McGuinness and Matt Striker would. So that's lovely. This could be the core of our future tag team division right here. TJ Wilson is also getting better at his gimmick, which you love to see. We then move into another tag team matchup, the women's tag team match. And it is April Hunter and Sarah Del Rey who pick up the win when Sarah Del Rey pins cheerleader Melissa with a spike pile driver. Sarah Del Rey, of course, carried the match in terms of in-ring performance, getting a 50. April Hunter a 38, cheerleader Melissa a 32, and Beth Phoenix a 35, which is all like pretty good stuff. That's all good ratings. The chaos of the match helped April Hunter and Beth Phoenix out. And he got a 43 overall, which is a lovely little rating. And now, the main event. We've done this, I think, like 5 times now, because it's the match that keeps on giving. And fingers crossed, we get a good rating from it. And it's actually a little bit disappointing. I mean, 63 is still very good. Anyway. And it is Tony Jones who defeats B-Boy and becomes the inaugural Lightning champion. Tony Jones getting a 57, B-Boy a 59. The Lightning Championship storyline advanced and gained heat. The creative finish was a success, 63 rating overall. And Tony Jones will now, until he loses the belt, will be defending the Lightning Championship on every gosh darn episode of Lightning. Every event of Lightning, I guess. It's not really an episode, it's not a TV show. But you know what I mean. We also ended with a decent crowd rating of 24, which I think is maybe the highest we've had so far. So hopefully a 59 rated show. that's good. 229 people. We made some good money. Let's give Tony Jones and Sarah Del Rey some love. It seems like episode number 1 all over again, doesn't it? Both of them seem pleased. And we only lost $53. We're so close to making a profit. Still didn't go up in popularity, but that's okay. I'm accepting it now. I'm not annoyed. It's not anything that we're doing wrong. It's just the fact that the economy is doo-doo, and that's not fun. Serena Deeb is being had an extension from OVW. Can we try and buy them? They're definitely not interested in selling to a smaller company. That's fair, I guess. Also, we're not going to buy anyone for a while. Don't worry. I just wanted to see if it was possible. I've also been thinking if we try and join the NWA. I don't really understand like what it does, if it's good or bad. If you know in the comments, please let me know, because we're eligible for it. Maybe we kind of a work rate centric company. So yeah, but I don't really know like the if there's any like benefits to it. I mean, we'd get to have all these titles, which have, you know, like the NWA World Heavyweight Championship has 73 prestige. That would probably get some people on the show if we could get it defended. But then also we'd then have to pay like Hiroshi Tenzan $2,000 to come and show up, which isn't going to happen anytime soon. So maybe it's not worth it at the moment. I just don't really know how they work. I've never used them before. But anyway, let's have a quick little look at our finances. We're down 164 after one show. Ticket sales are already like way more than half. So hopefully if we just have a good attendance for the next one, we should be able to keep going. Last month we made about 3,000 in sponsors, and we were like down like 750-ish, by 800. So if we could do around that again, merchandise, not incredible, but we made 893 and 447. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really worried that the bankruptcy is going to come in, because you get a 3-year grace period when you start a new company, but we're like 6 months away from that now. Well, it's October to April, so we're getting quite close to the 3-year limit, and I don't know what's going to happen after that. So hopefully we can just carry on and we will be able to get out of debt soon-ish. But the economy is not really helping with that. But anyway, that's just in the back of my mind slightly. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's have a little look at backstage. Why not? Still average. The success of our last three of our shows are all good. No negative stuff there, which is nice. Just TJ Wilson is divorced from Natty Neidhart. But that's kind of being counteracted by the fact that Mikey Henderson's now dating Natty Neidhart. So hey, you know, affairs do great things for the backstage area, you know. Anyway, I am gonna skip forward now to Fright Night, where we will have Nigel McGuinness versus TJ Wilson in a Fright Night street fight. And I can tell you right now that the winner of that match will be the number 1 contender for whatever the event is after that, for Battle Song. So we're going to find out who the number 1 contender is. Very exciting stuff. I will be back in just 1 second. Please don't go anywhere. And we're back. It's Fright Night. It's spooky season. It's the 15th of October, 2006. And let's just jump into it. Final show of the episode. I feel like I've got through them a bit quicker today. Like, this might be a slightly shorter episode, which is fine. We've still got a weak economy. Come on, guys. Come on. Sort out your bloody economy, America, you know. Likely to succeed, creative finish, and a bit of a gamble. Let's discard that one. I think we've already got a bit of a gamble somewhere. Dale Torbug is requested to hang out backstage. He's a stalwart. Sure, you can come hang out. Greg Valentine ran training on basics and safety for 8 women and 8 men. Brody Lee started a silly little game that became very popular backstage. What a legend. B-Boy organised and won a video game tournament, which you love to see. And we are going to address the locker room. Let's do some team bonding. Nothing came of it. Great. So last year we had Tony Jones defeating B-Boy to win the Emerald Championship in the main event, which got a 54 show rating overall and a 41 the year before, which had B-Boy defeating Chaos. Exciting stuff. So I am going to jump into this match. I wish. I'm going to jump into booking the show. And I'll be back with you very shortly for Spooky Fright Night. See you soon. And we're back. Fright Night 2006. We've got one pre-show match. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Sean Daivari and Brody Lee. We then have a little pre-match scene. I'm actually just going to move these around. We then have a women's championship match. Amazing Kong taking on Natty Neidhart, followed by the Tony Jones' first defense of the Lightning Championship. I know I said it will be defended on every Lightning show, but I didn't say it wouldn't be defended on other shows as well. So that'll be Tony Jones taking on Steve Bradley. We then have women's tag team action, Sarah Del Rey and Candice LeRae taking on Takako Inoue and Gami of the Joshi Warriors, before our main event, number 1 contenders, TJ Wilson versus Nigel McGuinness, Fright Night Street Fight. Let's get into the show. It is our opening contest is the tag team matchup, and it is Sean Daivari and Brody Lee who pick up the win in 10 minutes 57 when Sean Daivari pins Chris Hero. No tag team chemistry for the Kings of Wrestling. Fair enough. Okay, we'll be using Tyson Kidd and Claudio if we ever want to do a tag team thing. Also in front of 230 people. Which is good. That's a good number. Claudio got a 46, which is pretty good. Chris Hero a 42, Brody Lee a 31, and Sean Daivari a 58. The Daivari's undeniable storyline advanced but lost heat. What can you do? We then move into the first segment of the main show, where we see Candice LeRae is looking for a partner for a tag team match later tonight. She walks into the locker room and sees Sarah Del Rey. She thanks her for saving her, among others, last month, and asks if she'll team up with her tonight to take on half of the Joshi Warriors. Del Rey smiles, she nods, and the two women shake hands. It's got a 38 rating, which is lovely. The women's title storyline advanced. Sarah Del Rey improvised well. Hell yeah. All these women are now on the same page. They're a unified front against the Joshi Warriors. And we then move into the Emerald Women's Championship match, where Amazing Kong defeats Natty Neidhart in 10 minutes and 11 seconds with an implant buster. Amazing Kong gets a 50 rating, which is lovely. Natty Neidhart a 38, and the women's title storyline advanced. The creative finish was a failure, which is unfortunate, but still gets a 43 overall, which is not too bad. So you love to see it. We then move on to Tony Jones in his first defense of the Lightning Championship, picking up the win over Steve Bradley with a holy shoot. These guys told a specific story, and the story was Tony Jones is freaking great at wrestling. Segment rating got a 55. Tony Jones had a 61. Steve Bradley a 43, and they have pretty good chemistry, and it lifted the match, which you love to see. This match got the crowd hotter. Crowd rating of 19. I originally put Claudio in this match to take on Steve Bradley, and Steve Bradley was like, I don't want to lose to Claudio, and I was like, my brother in Christ, look at your position on the card and look at Claudio's. You're gonna lose to him. I'm sorry. It's what's gonna happen. But anyway, this match got the crowd hotter. We then move into the women's tag team match, and it is Sarah Del Rey and Candice LeRae who pick up the win over Takako Inoue and Gami when Sarah Del Rey pins Gami with a spike pile driver. It's got a 42 overall, which is again pretty decent. Candice LeRae got a 28, Sarah Doré a 45, Gami a 48 actually, and Takaka Inoue a 35, and she is still rusty, which, I mean, that's just lovely. Sarah Doré and Candice LeRae don't work well as a team. Great. That's like there are two different combinations of the 4 women's wrestlers now who like don't have good timing. They don't work well as a team. I think the other one is Sarah Doré and Natty Neidhart, I'm pretty sure. But Takako Inoue and Gami have great chemistry when teaming together, so that's lovely too. And again, Gami and Hiroko Suzuki are a good pairing. So yeah, Takako Inoue, sorry. Getting a 35 while still being rusty it's looking good. It's looking good. They lost, but like I'm hoping the popularity should still like go up, because they're, especially Inoue is kind of on like single digits and Sarah Doré's in the 20s, so losing to her shouldn't be too much of a big deal, I don't think. But now we are heading into the main event, the street fight for the number 1 contendership, and in a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, TJ Wilson defeats Nigel McGuinness with a rolling stampede. There were chair shots, there were kendo sticks, there was blood, there was gore, maybe. Rhino's not in this match. That's a joke. Yeah. What a lovely match. 59 rating as well, was great. TJ Wilson had an in-ring performance of 53, Nigel McGuinness a 49. Number 1 contender storyline advanced and gained heat, which you love to see. Creative finish was a success. I feel like our roster at the moment, we got a lot of people in sort of like the 40 to 50 range, like mid 40s to mid 50s range. We don't really have too many people that are getting higher than that, other than B-Boy and Tony Jones. So I'm trying to, like build up. Sean Davari is sometimes getting like 60s. Well, to be fair, in singles matches, he's quite often getting like 60s and stuff. But that's what like I'm trying to do by like, because we can't just keep the title on the person whoever gets the best ratings. You've got to kind of move things around a little bit. Which is why I put the title on Davari in the first place. It's why I eventually took the title off Sarah Del Rey, to try and build up the whole division by like, what's the thing? Like a wave lifts all the boats or something. You know what I mean. Anyway, that show got a 54 rating, which is pretty good. Our popularity went up in one region. We might now be 25, hopefully. And we use Candice LeRae far too much, but oh well. We are going to give both TJ Wilson and Nigel McGuinness a bit of love. Praise them both for a great performance. TJ Wilson was happy. Nigel McGuinness seemed pleased. We made $363. Let's frickin' go. That's great. We made $2,070 from ticket sales. We still didn't go up. We didn't go up 1 popularity point this whole episode. I hate the economy so much. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We'll get there. It feels like we're very standstill at the moment, and I don't know if I am doing something wrong. I know earlier I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just the way the game works. But if I am doing something wrong, please tell me. TJ Wilson's turned into a good worker. He's worth getting behind. I agree. So yeah, if I am doing something and you're like, Charlie, you're being so stupid, why are you doing these things this way? Then yeah, please let me know, because literally being at 24 the whole time, like in 2 episodes, which is like 8 shows, we've gone up 1 point, which is like not good. Oh well, we've made $1,200 dues already this month, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I am going to leave the episode there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're all doing well. If you enjoy, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will be back with Lightning, Battle Song, and Proving Ground in the next episode, which I'm excited about. Heck yeah. Right. See ya.